Hello, and how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing not bad. Can't complain. Yeah, things are good. A little dreary day out today here in Ohio. A bit of rain off and on all day, and I think they're still calling for maybe an actual thunderstorm here in a little while. Which wouldn't be a bad thing because I actually put some chemicals down, cleaner at as far as I could. They were a little bit busy when I was trying to do it, so their drive-through was had quite a few cars in it. Because you're wondering, my regular job is I actually work for a fast food franchise. I work inside in the kitchen, and then I also I'm part of the maintenance staff for not only the location I work at, but for the owners I do. There's certain things I do at all 11 of their locations. Landscaping I do 7. Power washing I do 4. And then all 11 there's just occasional little odds and ends that I do for all of them, like changing air filters and the AC units and stuff like that. So, well, yeah, we've got a big kind of revamping of the brand. This is coming down from corporate. The brand is not revamping their brand, but they're trying to do it for like a spring cleanup and spruce up to across the country to all the restaurants, both corporate owned and franchise owned, and just cleaning everything up. Cleaning the landscaping, making it look good. Any repairs that need to be done to the outside, and then of course there'll be stuff on the inside too. So I thought, well, with it being dreary and rainy today, why not get a kind of a head start on power washing and let Mother Nature help me out? And so I threw some chemicals down where I could. Dogs downstairs going bonkers. Probably seen a cat or something. But yeah, so hopefully we'll get a nice heavy thunderstorm, and it actually, a lot of times, if you get the chemicals down and they sit for a little while, a good hard thunderstorm can actually do almost as good a job, sometimes even a better job, than the actual power washer. So we'll see. Of course, by the time you're watching this, it's already come and gone. So hopefully it did what I was hoping it would do and clean up some of the sidewalks and the bad spots in the drive-thru and so forth. But anyway, so I'm going to be busy with a lot of the stuff they're saying they want it done in a week. At all the restaurants. It's not possible, okay? I'm just one person. Okay, the other maintenance guy, Dan, he's just one person. Okay, and, I work my ass off. I tell you that. 3/4 of the year, I work sometimes 60, 70 hours a week. I don't complain about it. I mean, I joke about it, but at the end of the day, I don't complain about it. I like the paycheck. But at the same time, I'm not looking to put in 20 hours a day right now. Because, this is the time, it's gotten kind of mild, but we're still in February. This is the time of year when I'm expecting to be able to actually concentrate on some stuff here at home and maybe have, only like 12-hour days at work. But, I'll get the stuff done, but I'm just saying I don't think it's all going to be done in a week. Especially when you're talking about multiple locations. Even if I wasn't working inside at all, it's not likely going to happen. But I'll do whatever I can. Alright, what I'm here to do, I actually wasn't expecting this today. I got a notification that a package was coming, but I wasn't sure what it was. I was actually thinking it was my Universal Yums because I got a shipping notice for it like a week ago. Well, when I checked that today, it hasn't updated on UPS because it starts out being, it's that UPS Mail Innovations or whatever, so it ships by UPS until it gets to my town, and then it's dropped off with the post office, and they actually deliver to the house. So I thought Universal Yums might be coming, but no, it's still saying that just the labels been printed. So I don't think it's actually even shipped and on the way yet. But what I got was my new Thrill Club box. I did. Was unaware this was coming today, obviously. What this is a monthly subscription box. You can get it either through the website, which is just mythrillclub.com. It'll be down in the description box. Or you can go through Amazon and find it on Amazon and subscribe through Amazon, which is what I did. What this is a monthly subscription box of two books. It's normally like a hardback and a paperback, but I think it can be like 2 paperbacks or 2 hardbacks. You know, it varies. And then you normally get like a sucker in it. Maybe a bookmark. But yeah, so it's obviously my Thrill Club, so it's going to be like thrillers and horror, mystery, stuff like that, which is right up my alley. Of course, if you've been watching any of my videos before, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe, please. I would greatly appreciate it. I think you'll enjoy your time watching my videos. I'm a bit of a goofball. I openly admit that. I don't have a problem with it. I'm a big geek, obviously. I don't have a problem with that either. But yeah, subscribe, hit that all notification bell, because you know I try to keep a steady flow. I mean, I'm not like some of these people that, you know, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday they're putting out a video. But I try to keep a steady supply of content. You know, whenever I get stuff in, I do a video, and then as soon as I get around to uploading it, I do. So, but yeah, so subscribe. And by the end of the video, if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. But yes, if you are a subscriber and you've watched any of my other videos, especially when I've gotten this box in the past, because I've been a subscriber for, I want to say, about 6 or 7 months now. One thing I do not have is a lot of time. Even on my days off, I don't really have a lot of time. Because I have my own business, which you'll find information about down in the description box. And I just, you know, I have an older house. I mean, not an older house like it's decrepit or anything like that. It's a 1920 Victorian. And there's still things that I'm wanting to do to the house. You know, when I find the time. So, time is a very precious commodity for me. So I don't have a lot of it to dive into reading very often. But eventually, I will hit retirement age, or at least what the retirement age might be. You know, it'll probably be like 70, you know, before I could realistically retire, especially with the way things are going these days. But, you know, eventually, as long as my eyes are good, or even if I need glasses, you know, I'll put on some glasses. I'll have plenty of time to read eventually. There is the sucker, just like I promised. The brand is Chupa Chups. I have yet to actually try one of these. Maybe later tonight. Like I said the last time. We do have a bookmark. So we got My Thrill Club, February 2023, and these always have like a little short story on the back of them. This one is called Spooning. Okay, now when I think spooning, I'm thinking, you know, land very close to someone, right? And I know I'm just saying, you know, I've been single for a while now, but when I was involved, when I was engaged to my last girlfriend, well, I mean, yeah, we were technically engaged. I hadn't actually given her a ring or anything, but I mean that's the point we were at. And then one before her, we'd actually got to that point, and I was engaged to. But yeah, they just say, we all know, you know, spooning. What's the saying? I don't know whether it's an actual saying. It's a saying that I use. So any youngins, cover their ears. But you know, when it comes to cutlery, when you're laying in bed, spooning oftentimes leads to forking. Okay, Now you can't cross me because I said fork. F-O-R-K. Okay, just a little play on words there, but we all know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, so I'll be interested to check that out. This time I'll actually read this as soon as I get on the video. The last one I set aside, and then I couldn't find it for a little while. So the person actually, I think that the person actually wrote that, saw my video and commented on it, and wanted to know what I think, and it took me like a week or a little bit longer to actually find it and be able to read it. But the last one on the bookmark last month was actually really good. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. Alright, here we go. 2 books. And it looks like we got both hardbacks. That's nice. First one is The Ancient Nine by Ian K. Smith. #1 New York Times bestseller. Harlan Coben says, and I quote, "Pulls you into the depths of a secret world from the first page. Ian Smith's novel is unmissable." Alright, let's read the blurb real quick. Cambridge, Massachusetts, fall 1988. Spencer Collins, an unlikely Harvard prospect, smart and athletic, strapped for cash, determined to succeed, calls his mother, who raised him on her own in Chicago, every week. And then you have Dalton Winthrop. A white shoe legacy at Harvard, he's just the most recent in a string of moneyed, privileged Winthrop men in Cambridge. He's got the ease and the deep knowledge that come from belonging. These two find enough common ground to become friends, cementing their bond when Spencer is punched to join the Delphic Club, one of the most exclusive of Harvard's famous all-male final clubs. Founded in the 19th century, the Delphic has been titans of industry, Hollywood legends, heads of state, and power brokers among its members. Dalton Winthrop knows firsthand that the Delphic doesn't offer memberships to just anyone. His great uncle is one of their oldest living members, and Dalton grew up on stories of the club's rituals. But why is his uncle so cryptic about the Ancient Nine? A shadowy group of alums whose identities are unknown and whose power is absolute. They protect the Delphic's darkest and oldest secrets, including what happened to a student who sneaked into the club's stately brick mansion in 1927 and was never seen again. Dalton steers Spencer into deeper and deeper recesses of the club and beyond it to try to make sense of what they think they may be seeing. But with each scrap of information they get from an octogenarian Crimson graduate, a crumbling newspaper in the library's archives, or one of Harvard's most famous and heavily guarded historical books, a fresh complication trips them up. The more the friends investigate, the more questions they unearth, tangling the story of the club, the disappearance, and the Ancient Nine, until they'll realize their own lives are in danger. And there we have a picture of the author right there, Ian K. Smith. So that sounds like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, what is it, The Skulls? Is that the right movie I'm thinking of? What's their movie called, The Skulls, that had to do with kind of a college, like, secret organization? Comment down below if I'm getting that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was called, Skulls. Or it had skull in the title. #2, we have got The Drowning Kind by Jennifer McMahon. Janelle Brown, New York Times bestselling author, says, and I quote, "Marvelously chilling, a true page-turner. And this Jennifer McMahon is a New York Times best-selling author of The Invited. From the New York Times bestseller author of The Invited and The Winter People comes a chilling new novel about a woman who returns to the old family home after her sister mysteriously drowns in its swimming pool. But she's not the pool's only victim. Alright. I'm not going to read the full blurb on that one. We did on the first one. But we'll leave some suspense. In case just that little bit I read piques your interest. Then I'd suggest you go to your local bookstore. Or better yet, try to find a small independent bookstore close to where you live that has new releases and pick you up a copy of this. Yeah. So there we go. We got two mysteries. They both seem to have their kind of own. I'm going to guess that the Ancient Nine is more of just like a straight up like danger, suspense type mystery thriller. Whereas the Drowning kind, just for that little bit I read, it almost makes me wonder if maybe there's some kind of supernatural element behind the drownings. Because I said it wasn't the first victim that the pool had claimed, right? So, just a thought. I could be wrong. I don't know. Won't find out until I read them. When will that be? Who the hell knows? But eventually, I promise. So if the authors of the book happen to see this video, I promise you, eventually, I will get around to reading your books. It just might be a few years. There you go. That was the newest. So that would be, I believe, the February box, obviously, for My Thrill Club. So if you're interested, check out the information down below. Find it on Amazon or go straight to the mythrillclub.com website and subscribe. I want to say it's right around in the $30 some range, which is a great price because especially with two hardbacks, I mean, yeah, this one's $27. This was $28. So right there, you're looking at what, $57 just in the books. Of course, a sucker, 50 cents to $1. Of course, comment below if I'm wrong about that. I haven't been to a candy shop in a long time. Maybe those suckers are a couple dollars a piece. And then even the bookmark. If you go buy a bookmark at a bookstore, you're going to pay probably a couple bucks, right? So overall, I would say you're getting, on average, you get right around $60 to $65 in value in the box. So it's definitely worth it each month, especially if you're a reader and you like suspense, horror, thriller. It's a great book to get two books come right to you. You don't have to go look for them. So, and you might be introduced to some authors you haven't heard of before. You might become a new favorite author for you. So check it out. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, again, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And yeah, I think that's it. So, till next time, everybody, take it easy. Look out for yourself and those around you so we all have a much better chance of staying safe and healthy.